Today on our Love Where You Live series, we're going to talk with Glenn Beach about the Mission Hill area, and we're starting now. So we're here with Glenn Beach from RE/MAX Vernon Salt Fowler. Glenn, welcome to our Love Where You Live series.
Thanks, Lisa.
Now, we're going to talk a little bit about Mission Hill with you today, but before we do that, tell me how long you've been in real estate.
I've been in real estate now for coming up to 18 years here in Vernon. Well,
18 years.
Yep.
It's a long time. Now, how did you get into real estate? Why did you choose this as a career 18 years ago?
Well, I was working in the mill in Armstrong, doing shift work and, just wasn't going anywhere with it. My dad had been in real estate lived down in the lower mainland. So I had an idea of what it was about and decided to give it a shot. And here I am now, 18 years later.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Now, you're not from the Okanagan.
No, I've been numerous places throughout the province. The latest one prior to the Okanagan was down in Maple Ridge, lower mainland, just outside of Vancouver, where I spent 22 years there.
What did you do there, Glenn?
A variety of things. Did my high school in Maple Ridge, went into post-secondary as an architectural draftsman, and then the housing market kind of crashed there in the early 80s and interest rates went skyrocketing. So that didn't last long. I did a little bit of cartography, map making. And the last one I was there, I owned my own sports shop for 12 years there before decided to make the move.
And why did you decide to make the move?
I ended up getting married and had a son, and we decided that the best place for our family was to be in the Okanagan, raising our family there rather than being in the lower mainland, and at the time living in New Westminster, and we decided to make the move.
So Glenn, you live in Mission Hill. You've lived there for a little while now. What do you like best about Mission Hill?
Mission Hill's a great little area, and there's a mix of homes in there, but my biggest thing with Mission Hill is that it's kind of central. It's in the middle between Okanagan Lake and the city. And so to buzz into town is short, but yet getting to the lake or recreation is just as short. So it's just a nice little happy medium place to be.
That's a good point. So many people, their home search starts in East Hill because it's so close into Vernon, yet Mission Hill, you're equally as close, in many cases even closer, right into all the amenities of Vernon. Plus you have that added bonus, like you just said, that I hadn't really thought about, was being so close to the lake.
Well, from here, you can walk to the lake, you can walk to Marshall Fields, which is soccer and ball diamonds, tennis, indoor tennis, pickleball, and you can also walk to downtown and do your shopping or just to go for a walk. Yeah, it's a nice little area.
Good point. You're close to Marshall Field, which has a dog park. You're also close to the Mission Hill Park there that has the dog park. So you're close to two dog parks. You need to get a dog.
Okay. You got the hospital, you've got Mission Hill Elementary School for the families that are coming in, a walking distance and short walk as well. You've got Fulton High School for the next level. Just down the street from where I live is the stairs that'll take you down to a nice walking path along Okanagan Avenue. There's a lot to offer. And also just up the road are the D&D ball fields, soccer fields, the Department of National Defense. So yeah, great area. Easy to get up to Predator Ridge too, with one of my passions being golf.
Of course, yes, close to Predator Ridge. Yeah, the D&D ball diamond. So good point. You're close to Fantastic. You could literally stumble home on the July long weekend if you were so inclined. And
if you're so inclined, yes.
You have the pizza joint, Jim's Pizza, up there.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, for sure.
How far do you think you're from the beach?
Probably about a 7-minute drive. So you could walk it. Obviously it's going to take a little bit longer, but probably a 20-25 minute walk.
Right. Really, within 10 minutes, you're at Marshall Field, Kin Beach, Lakeshore Park, paddle wheel, the yacht club.
Absolutely. And then same thing, and you've got full downtown shopping.
Yes.
Go in the other direction.
And how far from the airport? You're on the south end of town, so you get a little bit of a bull fudge to the airport, the Kelowna airport. Now, how about if you had to take an international flight and had
to go to international flight? I'm going to say from here, it's a skip and a jump, 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah, not far.
You don't have to go through town to get there, so you're already at the kind of the south end of town. So it's really, really quick and easy.
And I think since you're part of the city of Vernon up there, you're close to, we already talked about the schools, etc. And now let's talk about the type of houses that you find up there. There's quite an assortment.
Yep, absolutely. The Mission Hill area has got some of the older homes, some of it not original, not like in East Hill, but homes that are from in the 70s and 80s. And right up to brand new. And there's a mix of multifamily, single family, duplex housing, fourplex housing. There's quite a variety, so it can fit anybody's budget.
Like you had said, there is quite a bit of multifamily and fairly affordable. I believe that you're going to find the average price in Mission Hill is going to be a little bit below average.
Typically, yes. And for the multifamilies, they've kept it affordable. I think the last year, the top end unit was like $540,000 or $580,000, and single families will go up to about $980,000. There's affordability down into the $200,000-$300,000 for the multifamily, and as well as in the single family or half duplex, you're into the $500,000 range. So it does offer quite a diverse range of options for any new homeowner.
Now, new developments, there's been some new developments up in that area as well. In fact, I think that you're in one of them.
Yes. So where I am, it's a newer one. I think they're about 5 years old now. It's about 5 years now. And they, great views over the mountains, looking toward the lake and looking toward the cities. There's some new multifamily developments going on along Okanagan Avenue right now. There was the terraces, and there's a couple new ones a little further down, smaller complexes that have gotten started as well.
Anything you don't like about living up there?
Not a lot, other than it comes with pros and cons. It's got a great view, but as I said, that northwest view can get a little warm at times. But it's like anything else. There's always good and bad. You want the good, you don't always get, you can never find 100%. Let's put it that way.
That is true.
But there's not really anything that I dislike about it at all.
Anything else we should know about Mission Hill? I think we've covered most everything.
Yeah, I think with the amenities, proximity, kind of pretty well covered it all.
And so, Glenn, what do you like about Vernon in general? You moved here to Vernon. You've lived in a number of different places around in the area. You've ended up at Mission Hill. But what about Vernon is your favorite?
My biggest thing is it's a nice, good-sized community. Coming from the Lower Mainland originally, and where it's busy all the time. We looked at Kamloops, Kelowna, and Vernon. No, we just wanted small, simple life where you don't have to talk about rush hour traffic and having to deal with that kind of thing. The longer you're here, you realize that it changes a little bit. But Vernon is great. And if you need something additional for shopping or Costco, you're 40 minutes away from Kelowna.
And now you don't even have to go to Kelowna to go to Cactus Club.
No, exactly.
What are your favorite activities around Vernon? What are your favorite things to do?
Well, a couple of ones for me are golf, very passionate about that. Boating, water skiing. Don't do as much of that anymore now that the kids are all grown, but still have the boat, and once in a while we get out there. I got into trap shooting this year. Thank you.
Yes, you did.
And just hanging out with friends, close proximity. It's there. We've got everything here, 4 seasons.
Yeah, for sure. That's one thing that we haven't talked about a lot, but we do have that nice particular four seasons that you don't get in many places. So you do get that nice change of season. Sometimes the seasons now are getting a little bit shorter, a little bit longer, it seems. However, it's still beautiful here in that respect.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Well, everywhere has changed these last few years, but yeah, we still get the four seasons. Sometimes they kind of quickly turn from one to the other. Sometimes they drag out a little bit, but it's still a great place. Love it here. Wouldn't go anywhere else.
Me neither. Now, golfing. Where's your favorite place to golf around Vernon?
Predator Ridge would be the number one place. We've got nice golf courses around. There's the Rise. There's Vernon Golf and Country Club, Spall golf course as well. And we also have out at Spall there's an executive par 3. There's also Hillview, which is an 18-hole par 3. Great for the younger kids getting going. Got a great junior program up there. Yeah, and then we're so close still to Kelowna to get into some of the golf courses there.
And you're quite an accomplished golfer, so if somebody wants to take you golfing, you're available, right?
You name the time, day, and place, and I'll be there.
Unless, of course, you have to work with buyers or sellers. Right. Okay.
Well, of course, yeah.
Your favorite restaurant, Glenn, what is it?
Oh, there's so many good ones here in town, and it depends on, what type of foods you prefer. Me, I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy. My number one place is Phoenix Steakhouse. It's a great atmosphere. What I like about the Phoenix is that the staff are great. They don't push you. They don't try and turn the tables over like a lot of, the chain ones. That's how they make their money, by turning the tables over. Just to sit, relax with friends, enjoy an evening.
It is. It's a great place. If you want a great steak, that's the steakhouse in town, really.
Yeah, by far.
That's great, Glenn. Well, thank you so much. If anybody needs any more information on Mission Hill or Vernon or the North Okanagan, just generally, make sure to give Glenn Beach a call. He's happy to talk to you about any questions you may have, no matter how in-depth or small they are. Either way, he's happy to help. So thanks, Glenn, for coming on today.
You're very welcome, Lisa. Thanks for having me.